Well, I have great news and I have terrible news before we welcome in the great congressman, the chairman of the Judiciary Committee. The great news is Ohio freaking delivered last night. We flipped a Senate seat in Ohio. Ohio went for Trump early. The state where I was born delivered. The bad news is Michigan also delivered, so we do have to give them a little bit of credit today, and you know how much I hate doing that on this show. Joining me now to praise Ohio and hopefully trash Michigan is the head of the Judiciary Committee, and I have a feeling he's going to have a real good time over the next few years. Congressman Jim Jordan. Congressman, first and foremost, congrats to you winning re-election again. Not that that was in doubt, but we need you there.
Yeah, no, it went fine, and you're right. Great day for the country, but great day for our state. Yeah. Bernie Moreno, it was called early. He put a beat down on Sherrod Brown, so it was like shortly after the polls closed. He won by like 5 or 6 points, I think. So it was a great win there. We now have every statewide office is a Republican in the Buckeye State, which as you pointed out, Michigan certainly cannot claim, but they had a good night up north as well.
They did. In fact, the blue wall states, in all seriousness, were anything but blue walls last night. Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan. Is this a revenge of the working class election? Is that what I'm looking at, Congressman? Because that's sure what it feels like. It feels like the left has so isolated themselves on the coasts and the ivory towers, and that working people have just rejected it.
No, you're exactly right. Working class, middle class people, that is the new party. That's the party President Trump has brought together. And they said enough of this stuff. I think a lot of this was people are tired of being called racist, deplorable, garbage. They're just tired of that. And then you couple that with the bad economy we had under the Biden-Harris administration. And Americans showed up in a big way and said, we want President Trump back in the White House. We're tired of being called names. We're tired of the disdain they have for us regular folks. So this is now a party of working class, middle class, common sense people with common sense positions. And it was, I think that message was sent loud and clear yesterday.
It sure as heck was. I want to actually get to some nitty gritty things that really matter a lot. I talked about this on my radio show. You uncovered a link between the United Nations and what this administration has done, bringing illegals, flying them into this country. This was your uncover, so I'll give it to you. What did you find?
No, exactly. I mean, again, part of why this coalition has come together is when you have an administration who's working in this international body to do this with migrants coming into the country on top of the 10 million who've already come into our nation, this open border. One more reason why you saw so many regular Americans say, no, we're gonna throw that administration out. We're gonna put Republicans in charge because they're the party of common sense. So this, along with the other policies that this administration embarked on, were just wrong. They just made no sense. I always say, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders said it best when she said the divide in America today is normal versus crazy. And it's true. It is crazy to be working with the UN to bring people in the country like that. It's crazy not to have a border. It's crazy to defund the police, and you can just go on and on. And Americans said, enough of that. We're going to get out and vote. And they sure did.
Congressman, I'm glad you brought that up, because there is something that I can't get out of the back of my mind. We need the Democrat Party to change. We do have two parties. We cannot have a country where anytime they take over the White House, they purposely open up the border and flood the country with 15 million illegals. You can't survive long term. We had a great night last night, but we can't survive unless Democrats change. They need to. Do you see any chance for the tiniest amount of self-reflection after a beatdown like that?
I do. I think you have to. Your background in sports, my background in sports, you lose. You're supposed to learn from it. You'd think when they got beat the way they did, they take a little different perspective and make some changes. So I hope they do. I'm not sure they will, but I hope that they do that. And you would think that they would, because it just is smart to say, look, maybe we're out of touch. Maybe if we can't win one statewide election in Ohio, not one statewide office, maybe we should change what we're about. In fact, they tried to rig the game again by putting an issue on the ballot that would create some commission to draw the district lines, because they can't win in a statewide race. So they tried to go around that, put something on the ballot, spent $26 million on issue one, and we beat that yesterday as well. Again, the people of Ohio saying no to the ridiculous, crazy things and standing up for common sense.
That feels good. Okay, I can't let you go without playing you the comments of New York AG Letitia James today. She got up. I'm sure you've probably seen it. This is what she had to say.
We did not expect this result, but we are prepared to respond to this result. And my office has been preparing for several months because we've been here before. We faced this challenge before. And we use the rule of law to fight back. And we are prepared to fight back once again. Because as the Attorney General of this great state, it is my job to protect and defend the rights of New Yorkers and the rule of law. And I will not shrink from that responsibility.
Congressman, is it going to be another 4 years of this crap?
Well, I mean, from Letitia James, probably so. I mean, she referenced the rule of law. She's done anything but follow the rule of law. She's done the rule of lawfare. She's done politics, but it's not been the rule of law. So hopefully all this stuff, hopefully all these cases go away. I think that's what should happen. I know former Attorney General Barr called for them all to be dismissed, the charges against President Trump, because they were all politically based. They weren't based in the rule of law. They were ridiculous. So let's hope that happens. But, you know, I always say, Jesse, the left, and I think this was why you saw Americans push back so strongly and so clearly yesterday. The left has a formula they follow. The left will tell a lie, whatever that, you know, President Trump is fascist. They'll tell some crazy lie. Big media reports the lie. Big tech amplifies the lie. And then when you tell the truth, they call you a racist and or they try to censor you. They will use the power to censor you. So an American said, enough of that. I think this is amazing, this new coalition that's come together in defense of the First Amendment. You know, did you ever think you'd see Donald Trump, Elon Musk, RFK Jr., and Tulsi Gabbard on the same team? It's because of this attack on liberty. So that is the good thing that I think is one of the many good things that's come out of what President Trump's leadership and of our party has been about, is bringing this new coalition together, saying we're going to defend liberty, we're going to defend free speech. That is really positive. And Americans are tired of big government working with big tech and big media to limit our free speech rights.
No doubt about it. Congressman, once again, congratulations to you. We will break bread shortly. It's going to be a high time for a while. Make sure you enjoy it. I would thank you for coming to my YouTube channel, but I know how brilliant it is, and I know you love it here. So subscribe and watch. We're going to start really ramping things up and putting some funny stuff, some interesting stuff out there, some collaborations. Either way, my YouTube channel is officially the place to be. So stick around.